relatively short viewer game in this one, and we've got a rated 5-minute blitz game from Lee Chess between two 1600 rated players, and our viewer and hero in this game is playing black. And we do not get too many King's Gambits on the channel. Time to investigate it a little bit. Now, for me personally, for my rare student that plays e5, I think it's a professional's line playing e5, so I don't recommend it that often because I personally do not like systems in chess that I must know and cannot forget X moves, otherwise I just lose on the spot. I like when I mess up to at least try to be able to finagle my opponent, as has been seen in some of my recent blitz game videos. I like to have some luck left, not just be completely devastated. E4, E5 has a lot of very devastating lines. So what I would recommend for black in this position is very simple. I want to capture on F4 and follow it with D5. And this is a line that I've played myself with black. Takes, you don't want to take with a queen. It works much like a Scandinavian where knight c3 and your queen's getting kicked around. So knight f6, and we follow by defending our f-pawn investment. And a King's Gambit player is playing the King's Gambit because they want aggressive, nasty sacrifices in the style of the beautiful Morphy games and Anderson games from back in the day, the romantic era of chess. And respect for that. That's all I got to say about that. Now, in the main game, knight c6 was played, and this is not a bad move if you follow it up in a nasty way. The first time I saw this position was from a good friend, because I played the King's Gambit when I was about 1600, my first year of playing rated tournament chess. And he played this line against me, and it was an old line that he got from a book from like the 70s. It was a good friend Tim Bond. And then later, when I got to work with Grandmaster Julio Becerra at Emory Castle Chess Camp, he would do blindfold blitz, and I would have the honor of the only time in my life of making Grandmaster moves, because I would move for Julio, and we have pretty decent communication. I'd make the moves for him as he would play blindfold blitz against campers, and he always did quite well because he is a freaking beast, which we'll see soon, because I will have a series honoring Grandmaster Becerra coming up on the channel. You heard it here first. I think I've already mentioned it once, but you know, like Julio. And Julio plays f5 here along with Tim Bond. And after e takes f5, e4. And this is an interesting line if you enjoy the offbeat path and you want to get dirty with a King's Gambit player. This is the way I would recommend after knight c6. d6 was played in the game, and I'm starting to dislike black's position. You can't just play normal moves against King's Gambit and be okay. So bishop b5, bishop d7, a6, and I don't know if bishop b5 was the best way to go earlier. Probably bishop c4 and start looking for f7 sacrifices and blowing everything open. Here, we're already getting close to black's fine. This next move of the game is the first move in the game that I really, really dislike for black, though. f6 is terrible because that's the natural square for the knight. It hens up your pieces. I understand you want to shut down what's going on, but it can't be at the sake of development. Now, what should be done is e takes f4, and then queen f6. And this is a great way to go. The main idea is we're tucking the nugget away. We have the flexibility to come to h6 if he starts bothering us. If d5, we have the ability to drop back to d7. You can follow up at some point with g5. You're holding on to your extra pawn investment. And this is the type of idea you need to look at in the position for black. f6, I try to never play f6. Unless it's like queens are off the board and endgame type deal. All right, d3, queen d7. And here, white misses his opportunity with d4 to try to open things up and go after black. E takes, knight takes, go long, f5, and the knights have magically delicious, have become better than their bishop counterparts, because what do bishops do? They're not. The bishops are not bishops here, and that is a beautiful square for a knight. So f5 was played in the main game, missing this d4 opportunity. Castles, queen e2, and white has completely missed the boat, and now the evaluation reads black is better again, and I don't believe there's another big missed opportunity, so let's see how black finishes off. Knight e7, and here, I want to get my pieces developed. Treat your bishops right, sir. Treat them right. d5, I want to play d4. If he takes, my knight's out. My B has got some squares to develop too. Finish the development. Get the people going. Bishop e3, g6. I mean, you're trying to get the people going. I'll give you half credit for g6. b3, okay. Knight takes, looking good. Now here, again, d5. I'm looking for the gusto. And now rook e8. I like d5 a little bit better because, again, flexibility. Knight takes e3 was played, nothing wrong with that. Rook g8, also, nothing wrong with that. Open files for rooks, also looking at the king. Queen h3, pins and stuff. Bishop h6, very nice. Getting everybody loaded up. Hard to stop this. And here, I'm kind of clinical. I like f5 with the idea of f4 because there's nothing he can do about it. Love it. Rook takes g3 was played. And after rook takes g3, this attempt is interesting. Rook takes, queen takes. Check. Check. Takes. And f5 with one of those interesting positions where the Bs dominate the rook and knight. So that I had to show that line because that is just dirty. Rook takes g3. Rook f1 was played. Now, there's probably multiple wins here. Not sure. No, I just see one. The one that was played in the game. Black to play and win. Can you find it? 2 seconds. Bishop e3 check. Deflect the lady. Have all the fun. All right, thank you to our viewer for this very nice King's Gambit game. And again, this is my favorite type of game to analyze for the series because it shows mistakes on both sides. We can talk a little bit about the opening, middle game ideas, you know, ping pong evaluation. Very fun analyzing these types of games because no matter what, there's someone who's going to watch this that's on a lower level than the players who played this game that can get a lot out of this. That's always beneficial. So again, viewer game analysis. Want your game analyzed? Send your games to nmbtillis@gmail.com. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. Sincerely, it helps us out. That's it for this one.